I ask for the truth on behalf of Reba Louise Bates concerning relationship issues, or the ending of one, in the sense as divorce is coming through now, and finishing everything with the high school sweetheart, as you would say. What happens next, basically. We ask for guidance and insight in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the crow, the carrier of souls from darkness into light. And we just move the tarot to the side there. I'll deal out 3 cards for you. The first card we deal is in the possession, in the 3-card spread, in the possession of the recent past. This is the period of time between now, roughly between now and this time last month. The 3rd card, the immediate future, is between now and this time next month, but in the middle we place this card, which is the present. So between now and this time next month we place there. So we have recent past influence, present influence and immediate future influence. Let's reveal each card slowly, not to disturb the energies, and let's just see what's been recently vibrating over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. Let's just get some idea of what's been going on, as if we didn't know. Notice here you've got the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands, a Leo energy. Crowley refers to the 9 of Wands as the Lord of Strength, although this tends to focus on the weakness, because I suppose in a way to know what strength is you have to know what weakness is. This tends to focus on the confusion that's recently been taking place. Leo, the lion there, is representing courage, asking for what you want, and of course that gives you that edge. But at the end of the day, of course, the confusion there, I get a sort of sense he could sort of symbolise anticipation, apprehension. You could sort of refer to that, given your situation. Confusion within, should I really done this? Although we know it's for the best, we know the divorce is for the best, but should I have done it? I do sort of sense, but should I have really done this? It's got that dark sort of energy to it that maybe I shouldn't. Maybe the child still needs the father, I don't know. It was my high school sweetheart, and although I say it's for the best, no, it must be for the best. It must be, because it's happening. So it must be. The right-wing Tory government in the UK is murdering lots of vulnerable and disabled people. It must be the right thing. They must be to blame for the banking crisis. It surely isn't the bankers who've done it. So it's happening, so it must be right, mustn't it? And in the same way, the divorce is happening. It must be the right thing. Maybe it is. Maybe I was thinking of the woman in Dubai who's been jailed for calling her husband a bloody idiot for marrying a horse. Absolutely ridiculous. I've got no chance of going to Dubai, never. So the leaders of Dubai, you rotten stupid idiots, you're all fucking idiots. And I suppose they have more than one wife, so they marry more than one fucking horse out there, don't they? And I suppose really, Well, there may be regrets because he divorced his horse before, or he divorced his wife and married the horse, and then ended up dying. So his ex-wife went to the funeral and got arrested for cybercrime or something. I don't know what cybercrime I've just committed by saying that they're all idiots in Dubai for marrying horses. Got plenty of horses over here if you want one. I'll see you can fix them up with one. But of course, did I do the right thing? Did I divorce? Did I divorce a horse? Was I the idiot that divorced the horse, or was I the one that we know it's for the best and we're both idiots maybe to each other, and it just didn't. It was probably for the best because of something that, well, could have been fixed probably. Probably could have worked something out. Nothing is permanent. Disputes go on, but we only know the disputes because they end, and they're not disputes anymore. Nothing is permanent. Did I do the right thing? We're back to that again, aren't we? Did I do the right thing? But because it's happening now and probably has happened, it makes it right because it's happened. Maybe it makes it wrong because maybe it makes my apprehension wrong. Maybe it's just a flash in the pan sort of, and no, snap out of it. It was for the best. This is the confusion, but the courage is there, nevertheless, to have the balls to actually go ahead and do what you feel is best. Of course, that's what it's about, having the courage, and Leo is there to control it. To control what's going on, and if he's gone and married a horse, then that's up to him. I'm sorry, I can't get that Dubai thing. It's just so backward and retarded and ridiculous, and you've just got to laugh, haven't you? It's just so fucking stupid, really. I'm sorry, but you've just got to see the ridiculous joke. The only thing is, it's any serious, aren't they? They'll jail somebody for calling somebody a horse. Oh, stupid horses. I mean, you could think of any other fucking name you could call somebody but a fucking horse, for God's sake, you know. Come on. You got to give them some credit for being bloody imaginative, haven't you? I want to see, though, what's going on in this situation for you. I suppose horse rhymes with divorce, doesn't it? I had a divorce with a horse. Sorry, I can't help it. It's just something that was on the news today. It's long gone now, and probably I'm committing cybercrime in the Arab UAE, and all those stupid idiots in the UAE are probably wondering, how can we arrest this fucking stupid idiot over on here? Well, you just see my hand, you never see my face, you'll never know who I am. We are anonymous, we are legion. We do not forgive, we do not forget. Expect us. And that's the thing, isn't it? The idiots are the ones who tell everybody who they are and advertise their presence. I want to just see, of course you've got my IP address, so you can probably find me with that, can't you? You stupid horses. Let's see what now is happening at present. And I'm sorry, I've just got the horse bug at the moment. But notice here, at present, you've got the magician. The magician holds, of course, magical energy. The energy of, I don't know if that. I'll have to put me reading glasses on, because just like some people are stupid horses, I'm a bloody blind horse. So, unfortunately, well, put your blinkers on, man. Oh, I think that was cheap. That was fucking cheap, wasn't it? let me just take my blinkers off and use this, no, it's Aquarius, and you can probably see that there. All I've got to do is hold it to the camera and look at the camera, and I can see it better on that than I can with my own eyes. I've taken my blinkers off to put these, so I will now, I'll have to put my blinkers back on again, as you would say. So there we go. Laughing and joking apart, of course, I suppose I'll get jailed for 2 years for this fucking lot too. What's the jail sentence in the backward retarded United Arab Emirates for being a stupid idiot that forgets to put his blinkers on? Oh shit, I'm a horse. I'm not even a horse and I forgot to put my blinkers on, so I'll put the right blinkers on and then I'll be able to see what I'm doing. A lot of stupid horses just end up having, although they say horses are stupid, they say mules are stubborn, don't they? But if you can negotiate with a mule, it'll do anything for you. So it proves that they're not stubborn or lack of intelligence at all. Probably more intelligent than these idiots in the UAE who marry horses. But that's by and by, of course. This horse, of course. I've just put my blinkers on, and of course, back to the reading. That see you there, of course, horse. Indicating, yes, the confusion, the apprehension. Should I have done it, or the uncertainty? Should this have really happened? Should I have done it? But it's happened. But because it's happened, does that make it right? Well, it must be for the best. It's because it's happened. It must be for the best because it's happening or about to happen, and that's probably happened now. So it must be for the best because something has happened. As I've said before, the UK government's murdered their own people in the name of austerity, in the name of blaming somebody. Hitler blamed the Jews and gassed the Jews, whereas the UK government collectively punished the vulnerable. Cancer sufferers apparently are to blame for the banking crisis. I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. But you don't get arrested for calling people in Britain stupid idiots. It just happens in the UAE, because in the UAE I suppose they're all as thick as pig shit anyway, aren't they? And that's, I suppose, if you can put a pig's head on the bloody steps of the mosque. But then again, I suppose they'll keep all the Muslims away for a while, keep all the idiots away for a bit, won't it? But that doesn't solve anything. In your case, the magician, of course, symbolises sorcery. Yes, can symbolise magic, but the magician is a major arcana card. Notice here how the Lord of Strength, the 9 of Wands, remember Wands as fire. So you could really say the 9 of Wands as the watery part of fire. Why the watery part of fire? Well, it's because any number, the numbers 4 to 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, are to do with the element of water, of course, you stupid horse, and fire is to do with spiritual essence, which is to do with the number 1. So you could say the watery part of fire there, as we say, and that's water is time, isn't it? Because it flows like time, and I suppose time is the healer as well, and I suppose it's probably time of energy, isn't it? Why is fire energy? Well, because it's where the sun transits the meridian at its strongest. When the sun is midday, it's at its strongest point, due south. That's why it's linked to the south, the spirit to the south. You stupid horse, if you didn't know that. But laughing and joking apart there, of course, that's probably why Crowley calls it the Lord of Strength. Why this deck tends to focus on the confusion aspect of it, regards to the fact we've got Lion there giving the courage and the strength. Nevertheless, it's surrounded with this sort of darker sort of confusion, dazed and confused. Maybe too much. Maybe it's an excess of energy. maybe, an excess of energy or something like that. Too much horsepower. Sorry about that. I'm just getting a bit over the top of this. I'm committing cybercrime at the moment on Facebook, like that woman did. But I've got no chance of going to the UAE because I've got no chance of being arrested. They can come and arrest me here if they want. And all the party, will have a horse jumping party or something, horse racing or something. Take them to the races. And we'll put the money on a horse. See whoever wins, we can do it that way. 50 lashes either way, probably for the horse. But laughing and joking apart, we haven't seen what the immediate future holds, have we? We've got the apprehension, of course, the confusion, of course. I won't tell you what rhymes with of course, because you probably know. But laughing and joking apart, we've got the apprehension there of should I have done it, did I do the right thing, which is the question itself, and that's maybe the energy that was providing should we have done this, but it was for the best, even though it was from high school. They usually say though, statistically, high school sweethearts usually last until death normally, till he kills you, till he kicks you hard I suppose with his hoof. But no, laughing and joking apart, they do say normally high school relationships do last longer, so I don't know. Maybe there might be hope yet, I don't know. Well, because reconciliation, there's nothing wrong in that, is there? But I'm not going to encourage it if there was any abuse involved, because I honestly don't know. Seriously, there, I honestly don't know what if there's a stupid horse generally involved here. But laughing and joking apart there, the magician, of course, offers the alchemy and the sorcery, but also he's the witch at the head of the circle, or the witch at the altar, correction, holding all the elements of air, fire, water, and earth. The Athame, the air, the wand of fire, and of course the chalice, water, and then earth, the disc, and then, of course, the fifth element is the element of spirit, which is what the major arcana represents. Remember, the minor arcana energies, they give you power to change it. You did have power to change it. You did have power to say no or act upon your whimsical apprehension or whatever you want to call it there. But now things are more permanent because it's a major arcana energy, and of course a major energy, of course. The most important part of this reading right now is the fact, the energy of the magician, things are being balanced out. Of course, with the lion, the Leo energy, trying to bring things under control, and in the process, there's confusion reigns. Why, I don't know. I've never understood that one, actually. I like this deck. It's a bloody damn good deck. Well, I still don't understand correction. I don't understand that 9 of Wands, why it's confusion. But we'll go along with it because that's what the author, the High Priestess, Wanda Marks, created it as. So we have to go along with it and respect that. Let's just flip the next card over. Is this a major arcana or a minor? Another major arcana energy. You're not going to have much power to change it. Doesn't mean you haven't got choices to decide on how to deal with it. But you've got number you've got number 9 there. You've got the star. Correction, not number 9. Number 17, 5, 6, 7, 10, 5, 6, 7. 17, the star, of course. Why I said 9, I don't know. Must be me. I'm a stupid horse, of course. But then again, must be these blinkers. Yes, okay. We're recycling old jokes. Hope the UAE are watching. Hey, good here, ain't it? You've got to take the piss, though, haven't you, really, these backward, retarded cultures in the 21st century, like the Sultan of Brunei and all that crap. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not much for queers and lesbians and bloody whatever, but come on, give us a fucking break, will you, know? You know, this is what these backward cultures do, don't they? But hoping that we're a bit more civilised than that and a bit better than that. We don't equal ourselves with people like that and civilisations like that, because we are better than them. So we can't say we're equal to. If we say we're equal to them, we're lowering ourselves to their standards, aren't we? But you do have to take the piss, don't you? It is funny, really, although it isn't really, is it? Really. Stupid horses. But the star, notice there, the star is often referred to as the dwelling place of God. It can offer optimism, although you haven't got much power to change it. Just like the magic that's taking place right now, you haven't got much power to change. Nevertheless, there is the optimism there that things can only get better if that means anything. I suppose once you know what the downs are, you know what the ups are, and of course once you've gone down in the ditch, you can jump up, can't you? A bit like a horse jumping over a stile. But in that sort of sense, that is probably what it is. In some traditional decks with the star there, you see an angel pouring water over a stone as if to give something lifeless some sort of energy, or cleansing it in some way, adding some hope where there is none, if you get what I mean. And I suppose it's a form of purification as well, isn't it? Maybe there's always that opportunity to purify and cleanse, maybe, and I suppose to free whoever it is, or however many there are, from suffering of whatever kind that was, be getting underneath one another's feet, learning to hate one another, or whatever it was, as we mature, if it was high school. But as I said, statistically, high school relationships tend to last the longest, so it does tend to be a bit off the norm. But then what's normal these days? I want to somehow pull another card. I want to lay just as if it's like a central type influence. And I did this before with another reading I did for somebody in this group, and I want to sort of like place it. I just feel as I want to place it there. I don't know why. As if it's like covering all three. Let's just see what that is. The Lord of Peace, the Two of Swords. Energised by Libra, of course, balancing out. So maybe it's peace of mind, making peace. But of course, although it's symmetry in that sense, it nevertheless gives you a state of poise, a state of readiness for the next stage in your life. And I suppose that's really what it's all about, isn't it? So if you feel it was for the best, then maybe, of course, it was. And if it wasn't, then there's always an opportunity to make peace, if need be, in whatever way you want to do. It's like as if it's but notice that it's the Two of Swords. Swords, of course, is a minor arcana energy. Swords is air. Two is creative and transmissive powers, is air as well. So it's offering up this communicative sort of thing there. There's still communication open to you for that. So maybe once you've stopped accusing each other of being stupid horses, one can I suppose, never mind the horses and got to move on. Laughing and joking apart there, because it is funny, isn't it, really? Not in your case, but we know. You do have to laugh at the stupidity of people and how they behave. And maybe, I suppose to some degree, laughing at yourself as well can help. Maybe you will look back and laugh at yourself. Maybe there will be a reconciliation in the long term. Maybe there won't if it's for the best. But if you feel it's for the best, you have to go by what you feel at the time, don't you? And if it transpires that it wasn't, well, it was at the time, but it isn't now, if you know what I mean. Or when now comes a bit later on. So there's always that option. But regardless of the darkness there, the crow is just really it's just really saying that yes, you should have asked for what you wanted, and maybe, or I'm thinking it was you that asked for the divorce. I don't know. Well, I'm thinking that, I don't know. But either way, regardless of that, seriously there, regardless of that, the magic is taking place now, and the sorcery is taking place, and witches and shamans who may be astrally projecting and bringing healing to you there will provide you with that optimism, that healing energy from the Empyrean, the dwelling place of God, and of course the celestial energy between now and this time next month. But it's all centred around this. I'm getting this sort of central influence card I'm placing across the three, because normally you can do a triangle spread, 2 there, 2 there, and then 2 here. You put the 2 there first, and then you put the immediate future, long-term future, and then the central influence of them. I'm going to try that just for a laugh, just for a giggle, but ignore it when I do it. I'm just going to do some more. Normally you'd have the with the triangle spread, we'd have these here, so you'd sort of like read those two together in the sense of the movement and the confusion together with trying to bring something under control, with although confused, trying to bring the situation under control. And then of course the immediate sort of immediate future there, bringing the optimism with a sort of peace, a state of peace, or sort of what would you call it, just more of a state of readiness really. And then long term, I'm just going to pull these other 2 cards out just for sake. I haven't got much space here, have we? Because there's supposed to be another bloody card in the middle there. But oh, you've got the 9 of Cups there, the wish card. Maybe that's wishful thinking, or the wish that, well, I wish this. And then the Knight of Coins there, bringing some sort of anchor essence to the situation there. The Knight, of course, on the move, moving up on the earth, maybe a journey, a physical journey of some kind, all centred around. Remember, before it was centred around around the 2 of Swords, wasn't it? It's a sort of a connection. Yes, well, not yes, but the 8 of Cups there, bringing emotional, sort of like emotion, central influence around it all. Like emotional, timid, being shy right now or whatever. It's all around due to the fact that, I suppose, a challenge to one's emotions, isn't it? What the bloody hell does it call it? Emotion. Oh God, my brain's gone dead. If I remember, I'll text it in the when I post this, when I post the video. But that's basically it's a bit more bloody complicated now. I wish I hadn't done that. So you might have just forgot I did that bit. Forgot that bit, and just remember these those 3 that we did earlier there, with that extra 4th one. Okay, so with that then, I got a sort of sense as though, because we've been doing all that horses and animals, that these, well, they're not animals really, are they? Animals are more civilised than people, so I'd rather not, but power totems about this situation that you find yourself in, with the Crow's Magic Tarot being sort of based on animal spirits. I wonder if there's just a bit of guidance we can just quickly sort of take a look at there for you. Blessed be to Raven and all the power animal spirits who guide, heal and protect. If there's just some sort of, well, I suppose gratitude in the sense, so you could link that to the recent confusion, maybe if it's confusion, apprehension, nevertheless being grateful for the fact that it did sort of sound as though the question you sort of wrote there So I did see the sound. Well, I am grateful for it, and I sort of do it with an heavy heart, but nevertheless the owl shows that the signs and omens and your ancestral spirit guides. The owl represents your ancestral spirit guides, bringing some sort of sign and omen to say that maybe now is the right time to bring change. Of course, to do with I suppose adapting ingenuity in some notice how the monkey Hanuman, which is of course the devotion, isn't it? It symbolises the god of devotion. And I'm sorry, but I've got to put my blinkers back on. Well, actually I haven't, because they're not strong enough. I've got to use this bloody other one here. I used this 20 times magnifier, actually, strangely enough. Some of these cards are terrible. The text on them is bloody awful. But laughing and joking apart there, yes, ingenuity, a lack of ingenuity in the immediate future, of course. The situation will call for adaptability. Shape-shifting, really, isn't it? Adaptability and innovation, in the sense, maybe just blending in the crowd, dressing in the same way or similar to how others do, sort of change your mannerisms and sort of try and blend in. Not to get lost in the crowd, but if you did want to get lost in the crowd, at least you'd have that ability. You'd be able to shapeshift, be there so they wouldn't see you. It may make your lights shine so bright that nobody sees you, and that's the key to it, isn't it? I'll leave that with you now, and let's just hope we can all settle down after taking the piss out of the United Arab Emirates for being so backward and retarded and not living in the 21st century. But you never know, they might do one day. A chance to be a fucking fine thing. But now I've committed a bit of cybercrime on Facebook, they can come and find me and arrest me and lock me up with that woman, because then at least I'll have company, won't I? Oh God, isn't it sad? It comes to something, doesn't it, and we have to resort ourselves to that. We have to lower ourselves to their standards in order to get a cheap laugh. But anyway, let's hope that we can approach it with a sense of humour and laugh at ourselves, because it just proves how stupid we all really are. And maybe you might discover, yes, the gratitude, you're grateful. Maybe you haven't been grateful for what you had, but he called for that. But there were signs and omens that were saying, hang on, something's funny going on here, and it's now time to adapt to a new situation. And that's really what it is, isn't it? Once change comes, if it's right or wrong, regardless of we do what we feel, and then we have to adapt to it. Shapeshift. If everybody's wearing black, we don't go and wear pink, do we? Just total outcast. A bit like these in the UAE, whatever. You were a total outcast. So, although actually the word outcast is more of a divine thing, because it was the person who was not cast out, but in the caste system, it was the person who left all the caste and didn't want to be a member of any caste whatsoever, and went to live in the wilderness as a shaman. So that's the outcast thing. No, not outlaw. That's what you become if you go to the UAE. That's what I'll become anyway. I'll become a bloody outlaw if I go there now. So I'm basically up shit creek without a paddle. So with that, these cards, both the crow, blessed be to the crow, and all the power animal spirits, crow and raven, and all the power animal spirits who guide, heal and protect. These cards for you have now spoken.